Alright there, geezer. Jules here from FGS, home of the Future Games Show. And you know what? I've been thinking, as dangerous as it is, about one aspect of the video game community, and that is mods. And I've come to a scientifically groundbreaking conclusion that they're pretty cool, yo.
How do you do, fellow kids?
Now, if we're to unpack that null hypothesis a little, we would see that thanks to the tireless efforts of the subset of superfans that make up the modding community, thousands of games have been tweaked, improved, or downright destroyed by the implementation of mods. Some look to fix changes that the devs clearly couldn't be bothered to finish, such as those who have modded Alien Colonial Marines or Dai Katana from absolute states into at least workable ones. And then you've got the delightfully devilish Seymour mods that adapt difficulty or add in new challenges. And then, of course, you've got the desperately alone modders who want to turn every single game into a big-breasted waifu experience. Never, under any circumstances, accept a tissue from these people. It will snap in half. And finally, you've got the absolute mad lads, the type of modder who rocks up to a bar, buys a drink for everyone, but then just at the last second, knocks the drinks out of your hand, rips your shirt off, and starts a bloody fight. These are the utterly unpredictable types, and they dole out the sort of mods that might change your game in the most pointless of ways, but they are so utterly out there that you can't help but take notice. And that's what we're here to talk about today, as I'm Jules, this is FGS, and these are 7 utterly pointless video game mods that you absolutely need. Number 7. Two Bears High-Fiving, Fallout New Vegas. Now when it comes to Fallout New Vegas, modding this masterpiece often goes one of two ways. Either you're installing a slew of new mods that will affect the gameplay or deadliness of the Mojave, or add in a ton of new weapons, powers, and locations to explore. Yet of all the actually useful and practical mods out there, one of them sticks out like a kind of sore thumb, and is accompanied by 4 other digits because this is a mod all about high fives. Oh, sorry about that. The Two Bears High-Fiving mod by TD-Man is minuscule in size and apparent usefulness, but to those looking through the same lens as its creator, it's a must-have for their playthroughs. Because you see, at the start of the game, once Chandler has ring-a-ding-binged you in the dome, you'll awake in the home of the super ledge known as Dr. Mitchell, who has kindly pieced your face back together free of charge. To make sure that you've got your wits about you, Doc Mitchell will then ask the player a series of questions about themselves, which the game then uses to shape your character specs based on the answers you give. This testing culminates in a Rorschach test in which the Doc asks you to describe what you see and lands on an image that, to many, appears to be 2 bears high-fiving. Infuriated that this wasn't one of the given options, TD-Man scampered, I assume they're the scampering sort, and quickly pieced together a mod to rectify this grievous oversight by Obsidian, because when installed, you now get a new line of dialogue expressing your love of bears and crisp high fives. It does absolutely nothing gameplay-wise and doesn't even factor into the metrics by which the game values you on in the character creation area, but still, this is totally 2 bears high-fiving, so yeah, any playthrough without this mod is like pure torture to me now. Number 6. Dashboard Cats, Euro Truck Simulator 2. Now, the world of Euro Truck Simulator 2 is a strange one indeed, because honestly, think about it right now. What could be more boring and so utterly pointless than driving a very heavy vehicle that can't even get its arse above 60 miles an hour for hours and hours at a time? I mean, that's probably only pipped to the post by the experience of being the person stuck behind this big booty mamma jammer. And yet, Euro Truck Simulator 2 not only bases its entire existence around that experience, but manages to be incredible amounts of fun. Streamers such as Limmy have turned potentially boring journeys into comedic gold, and others simply pop on the radio, pick a destination, and then drive onwards into some sort of meditative state. It's almost like a video game sermon on how life is not about the destination, but the journey to get there, and how you can't fight certain things in your life, so you might as well breathe deeply and learn to relax. And helping you achieve this zen-like state is a mod that is quite functionally useless, but is kind of intriguing nonetheless, and that is the ability to add cats into your cab. Yeah, you heard me right, cats. And no, this doesn't mean adding them into the rows to provide action-packed sequences where you have to perform emergency stops, jackknife the trailer, and then skid right over it. No, that would be cool as fuck. Instead, however, this mod developed by Farsal allows you to add a traveling companion to your cab who sits in their bed or sleeps on your dashboard and journeys with you all the way through Europe. It's a mod that has no impact on the game at all, but at the same time has a definite impact on your overall mood. So it is therefore a mod that is functionally useless, but at the same time is kind of essential. Number 5, the Cabbages Mask mod, The Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask. Where would the world be without Nicolas Cage? Well, I'll tell you that for none. We'd be short about 10 all-timer great films and a metric shed load of memes. I mean, this man was made for the internet with an acting style that seems purpose-built to live on forever in looping GIF animations. And no, I'm not calling it GIF. From screaming to bees to almost being Superman on a festival, come down, Cage has seen it all and done it all. And with the recent announcement that Cage would be appearing in Dead by Daylight as a DLC character, playing an even more extravagant version of himself, what better time than now than to return once more to the waking nightmare that is the Cabbages Mask mod. Now, if you thought that Majora's Mask was already tipping the scale into horror territory with its somber tone and, let me just check my notes here, oh yeah, death by moon being a present threat, well, you've seen nothing yet, mate. As this mod, lovingly made by a cheeky whippet called Cricken, sees a complete overhaul of the title's in-game textures and replaces nearly everything with an image of Nick Cage's face. Oh, thank you very much, a menu. What are the specials today? Complete and utter insanity? Oh, I'll definitely be taking that, please. Thanks. Yes, pass the f***ing wine. Everywhere you look, you'll see the giant stretched face of Nick Cage. He's on equipment, he's on clock towers, he's hidden in dungeons, he's on your horse? Okay then. Now, as you can imagine, this isn't the type of mod that moves the needle at all in terms of gameplay, aside from being somehow even more terrifying that a monster Nick Cage moon is now looming over you. But when it comes to sheer insanity, well, it's taken that needle and is mainlining utter chaos straight into the veins of the Majora's Mask experience. Number 4, Neo and Agent Smith, Sifu. Now, for those of you who have not played the amazing action kung fu game Sifu, just do. I'd usually have some sort of explanation about why I think it's one of my favourite games ever made and the fact that it is just so ridiculously tight, but at the end of the day, just play this game. Just play it right now. I wouldn't even be mad if you went away from this video to go download it. That is how much I'm proposing that you play this game. But seriously though, do stick around because it actually would be quite helpful. And much like every other game on this list, it is a title that's been expanded upon by hardcore fans that make up its community. There's been mods that increase the number of enemies, those that can cap you at certain ages for challenge runs, and even those that turn all regular enemies into bosses, which is just so tough it will snap your shins the moment you click download. Yet there are also some cosmetic mods that, while being functionally useless, are downright essential when it comes to giving a rather famous sci-fi franchise its best game to date. Confused? Well, you won't be once you go over to the mods menu and find out that you can download a Neo skin for your character and turn all of the enemies into Agent Smith. Welcome to the best Matrix game that's never been made. Yes, my friend, downloading these are inevitable. As you move through warehouses and hallways, battering Hugo weaving back into base elements and see Neo flip and twist around his opponents with ease, you'll not be able to wipe that dumb smile off your face. Plus, with certain segments like the club level? Oh, bloody hell, Jules. Plus, with certain segments like the club level and the dojo sparring arena, you'll have such an uncanny sense of the Wachowskis' all-timer franchise that these mods slide in a little too well. Maybe this is all part of the overall plan. Maybe this is how you escape the Matrix by adding in Matrix mods into Sifu, realizing that you need to awaken from the game within a game within a game. Oh my god. But then again, if I do actually have to wake up in Zion and eat nothing but milk-covered frog spawn, and walk around with no shoes on, I'm good. I'm fine with that. Zion f***ing sucks, mate. Me and Cypher, bold buddies for life. Ignorance is bliss sometimes. Don't carry that forward outside of that message, by the way. Educate yourself as best you can. Number 3, Randomizer Mods, Soulsborne games. Now, I know what you're probably thinking upon hearing that title. Jules, you fat-rolling idiot, how can you say that randomizer mods are useless? They are as big a part of the Soulsborne community as Guinevere's massive rack. Well, to that I say, calm down, mate. She is an illusion, for starters. It's still real to me, damn it! Put that thing away, but also, you are totally right. These mods are a huge part of it. But let's be honest, when it comes to usefulness, they are the exact opposite. They are, by their very nature, the least helpful mods that you could ever wish to install. As by randomly changing item and enemy locations, you're forced to explore regions for items that you need that could potentially one-shot your current build. And yet, and I will say this clearly, these mods make for the best best streams I have ever seen. Watching streamers contemplate how to grab items that they need from hard areas or how they react to surprise attacks from late game enemies is as hilarious as it is unique, making Randomizer Mods a much needed addition for gamers and viewers alike. Number 2. Hyper-realistic Cabbages, Skyrim. Now the world of Skyrim, much like that of Fallout, is a modder's paradise. With such an open world to explore, the potential for adding in quality of life improvements or utter insanity enters the stratosphere. And it's the A Cabbage mod for Skyrim that most definitely ticks the insanity box. So hard, in fact, that it goes through the paper, through the clipboard, and through the fucking wall. For you see, my friends, what this mod does is replace the textures of the humble cabbage found within the game to that of a 4K super photorealistic one. And I won't lie, this is utterly glorious. Like, it is easily the best cabbage in a game I've ever seen. And I know you want me to play the clip right now, so Tommy, if you would, bring the Avatar Last Airbender Cabbage Man up on screen, please. Take it away. My cabbages! It is utterly useless, but if you want the best, and I mean the best cabbages in the world in your game, you can't do much better than this. Plus, if you checked out the actual quotes on the mod page itself, look at those shining reviews. I mean, how can you argue with that? And number 1, the legendary Warhammer 40k Space Marine Season 2 Death Watch mod collection, Xcom 2. Now come on, Jules, wake up, mate, wake up, you idiot, wake up, you idiot, it is too early in the morning, I've not had enough caffeine, wasting energy on this dance scene. Right, okay, now if there's one thing that you need to know about me, and trust me, I do say that statement a lot, so I hope you're actually keeping notes, it is that I absolutely love, with an unadulterated passion, the XCOM series. But make no mistake about it, friend, it does not love me. It f***ing hates me, in fact, and will at every turn try to burn my fingers for even trying to caress its smooth alien head. Whether it's through delivering enemies that knock the spines out of my team at a moment's notice, providing a time limit that forces me to rush into dangerous terrain, or out and out just makes me miss from about 3 foot away with RNG bullshit, it is out to ruin my day. And yet, I'm in deep, I know, I have a problem. But you know what else? I also have another problem, a crippling Warhammer 40k addiction. God, I hope that some modders don't come along and try and fuse those two together, because I'd be in serious Welcome, friends, to the legendary Warhammer 40k Space Marine Season 2 Death Watch mod collection pack, a series of mods that's been curated together by a user called the Tommy Trials to provide you wretches of the Imperium with a flavoursome and fully revamped XCOM 2 Warhammer 40k mashup. And yes, I am very in. Now, from a technical standpoint, these mods don't actually affect the game at all, bar a jetpack mod that allows you to build jump packs from your science labs, and is instead a huge retexture and replacement project that will turn all of your soldiers into space marines of various chapters or agents of the Imperium. It even replaces all of their voice lines with those from Dawn of War 2 and all of your enemies with Xenos scum to hunt down, like orcs, tyranids, and heretics from the Black Legion. It is, in essence, a mod collection that takes an arguably perfect strategy game and slaps the God Emperor of Mankind seal of approval all over it. I love it, I need it, and so does every single Warhammer 40k fan out there. And yes, I know we got the Chaos Gate Demon Hunters game that was basically the Grey Knights version of XCOM. Absolutely fine game. But this, every chapter, tons of enemies, so much variety, and the fact you've still got that RNG bull to deal with, which is just hilarious because we've all played the tabletop games and know that these amazing Space Marines walk forward. Oh, aim up, rolling ones, is it? Ooh, sick eggs! Thank you very much, by the way. This mod collection is going to ruin and change my life in the best and worst ways possible. Cheers. Bye. And there we go, my friends. Those were 7 useless video game mods that you actually totally need. I hope that you enjoyed that, and please let me know what you thought about it down in the comment section below. As always, I've been Jules. You can go follow me over on the social medias at RetroJ on both Instagram and Twitter, and I'm also, and I'm gonna try and remember this, Egg Daddy Jules over on TikTok. How many more videos have I made since the last week's one? Duck egg, my friend, but still, I'm going to try, I promise you. And you can follow Tommy over here. He's a lovely boy. He's probably flipped the screen again like he did last time. You can follow him over on his social medias there. He is the absolute ledge. Make sure you follow him. But before I go, my friends, I just want to say one thing. Even though we spoke a lot about pointless video game mods today, you know what's not pointless? You. Yes, you watching this video. You, my friend, deserve happiness, love, and success. We all do as human beings, and I want you to go out there and try and achieve your life goals today. I believe in you, and you need to believe in yourself as well. Get get out there, kick life in the face, steal its lunch money, and then buy yourself a tasty snack for the privilege. As always, I've been Jules, you have been awesome, never forget that, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.